Another thing we're going to use heavily in the upcoming lessons is getting the data from the data view we have created. Okay, so if you recall, we've already created some data views. So if I'm going to go to the data view section, so that's the main data view, which was created before the class, which is Wind Turbine Data Solution, and we have other, you might see other data views which are created by other students attending this course. So in our case, we're just going to call this one for this test using the API console. So what we're going to do, remember the data view is in preview, so the version has to include version 1 preview. Then again, after that, we're going to go to the namespace, and this time we're going to go to data views, and it's going to find all the data views available. So if you've created your own data view, you can select that, or you can select the pre-built data view created for this course. Okay, and we also need to pass other parameters over here. Now to check exactly what we need to pass, you can check the documentation, and under data views preview, there's data API, and here you can check preview of how to build that URL. So in this case, we already got to this place. So we're already here under data views, then we have the data view name. Then we need to pass data. And then I'm just going to copy this. So we're going to pass interpolated and then a start index. So we're basically getting the interpolated data from that data view between a start index and an end index. So in this case, the start index is the start time. And we're also going to pass the end index, and we're going to pass the interval just for this test. So we're going to pass a start index of, so the third of, so this is year, month, and date. So the 24th of March at 8 a.m. and then an end index of the same date at 9 a.m. And we're also going to pass the interval. So the interval is a time period. In this case, this is the interpolation period. So we want to get data from 8 a.m. till 9 a.m. And this specifies the sampling interval, basically. So we're going to choose, just for this example, a few minutes. So let's say 10 minutes. So 0 hours, 10 minutes, and 0 seconds. And then we're going to click Get. So you can see the data being returned here by the data view. Again, this is just a test of how you can call the data view. So now you can get the full URL you can use in your script to call that data view. And you can see some sample results over here. Again, you're going to see the results every 10 minutes. So this is at 8 a.m., this is at 8:10 a.m., 8:20, and so on. So it already returned interpolated data. So again, this API console, you don't use it to build scripts. You just use it to help you figure out which URLs and which queries you need to, how to build them, and how do you build that URL, which you will use later on in your script. So make sure you use that to test the results, to test your URLs, and make sure you use the API documentation as well, because this helps out a lot and reduces the time to build your scripts. So this is it for this lesson. In the next lessons, we're going to check how we can start building a script using Jupyter Notebook to get the wind turbine data from the data views and start doing some data science analysis on that data.